not a lot.
You're going to be delighted, get excited.
Maybe, but not a lot.
You're going to see a whole lot of magic. Look at this trick and that trick. Everybody says it's not a lot. You're doing such a lot. He's the man who does all that lot.
Welcome to you at home, and welcome to our jury who are sitting there poised, pensive and pondering, and later on we hope puzzled. And speaking of puzzles, this is a puzzle, and it has taken the nation by storm. What it is it's called a Rubik Cube. The idea is simple, you see. Look, all the colours are the same all the way round. That's when you buy it. And then your child comes in and says, "What have you bought, Daddy?" And once he makes that turn, you are lost, because he's likely to follow it with one of them. And when you pick it up, it is impossible for you to get it back again. I know that sounds silly, but it really is the way it works. It twists in both directions, and once you've made a few turns of it, look, you get odd colours matching odd colours, and it's very difficult to get back together. Now, you might wonder, if we're doing all this twisting, how many possible combinations could you get on a Rubik Cube? Well, it's been fed into a computer. We have the figure here. How many do you think at home? 43? 43,252? Stand by for a shock. There are, in fact, this number of combinations on a Rubik Cube. 43 quintillion, 252 quadrillion, 3 trillion, 274 billion, 489,856,000 ways you can have the colours mixed up on a Rubik Cube. Now, that's pretty frightening, and the people who specialise in this sort of puzzle and have learned algorithms, a way of solving it, well, they're called cube meisters. And we have with us tonight a very young cube meister indeed. Will you please welcome Nicholas Hammond? Of our viewers and our audience and jury, how old are you now?
I'm 16 at the moment.
And where are you from?
Nottingham.
Nottingham, Robin Hood country.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
now,
nearly.
caught a sheriff. Oh, aye, didn't he? Put him up against a tree and put some ropes round and started Nottingham. Nottingham. You are a cube. Are you a cube meister? Is that what you would be called?
I suppose so, yes.
Yeah, because you're clever, aren't you? We've got a cube just for you. How long did it take you the first time?
The first time it took me
Thank you.
just over 40 minutes. That was with some help from a maths teacher at school, Mr. Horrell, who had written down a series of moves, you know, move A to B, B to A.
Oh, you letter them, do you?
Well,
maybe that's where I'm going wrong, because so far I've managed to crack it down. I can do it in 3 days. Now, I want you to have a look at that, go around it. Now, what's happened with this cube, I must point out, ladies and gentlemen, is our jury members have been sitting, playing with it, twiddling it. It's been well mixed up for you, yeah?
Yes.
And what we're going to do is we're going to have a little race, you and I, all right? Now, I've got one like this, you've got one like that, all right? Yes. I'll bet you I can mix this up faster than you can unscramble that. No, but I'm going to mix this up, but that's to be used later. But what I want you to do is I want you to unscramble that. We're going to put a clock on you, but it's not a competition. Don't feel uptight, just relax and enjoy yourself. It's only a show. And I want you to unscramble it, face the camera so they can see what you're up to. Ladies and gentlemen, watch the digital dexterity, never mind the mental dexterity, of Nicholas Hammond. Go now! I mean, how fast was that? I wasn't even watching the clock myself. I was mixing this up. How fast was that? Do we know? 39? 38 seconds. That's very good, considering you're using the old-fashioned method, of course.
What do you mean?
Well, the old-fashioned method. You see, here we have a mixed-up Rubik Cube. I hope you can see that at home. And what you do is, to sorting it out, what you do is this. You take a Rubik Cube, you squeeze it, and you throw it in the air, like that. Hey? Comes down. Did you time that? The jury forgot to time it. What a shame, what a shame. And in case you are thinking this is a fake one, can I just point something out? It twists in every direction. And we're going to give this to the jury to mix up again for us. We're going to continue Rubiking, if you'll pardon the expression, and I'm going to leave you in charge of this one. Now, this is sealed under a glass container. You don't let him look for long, he sorts it out. And I want you to put your hand on it. Now, why is it on top of a Perspex box, you ask yourself? Why is it underneath a glass container? Well, it's to stop you getting at it. It's not really, it's to get you to guard it, Nicholas. I want you to just put your hand on the top of there, like that, and then nobody can get at that at all. And I think as a Cube Meister, you'll be interested in this. What we've got here is a carrier bag. I'm going to blindfold you with that in a most unusual way. What's your name?
John.
John. Nice to meet you, John. Where are you from?
St Albans.
St Albans. I want you to take that, John, and give it a few twiddles, just to prove what I said was true, of course, that it is, in fact, just a Rubik Cube that can be turned. Now, we are not aware whether we have in our audience tonight any Cube Meisters in our jury. That's you, all right? You might be Cube Meisters, are you? No, you're not. Fine. What I want you to do, therefore, is just put your hands up inside there and squiggle it up a few turns. They tell me they're not, but they might be. Now, can I just have that? Where is it? Ta. And I want you to put your hand up in there. That's nice. And have you got it? Got hold of it? Come on. Hello. What's your name? Are you married?
No.
Do you want to be? Steady. Soon. Why, have you met somebody? No? You have now. Right. Now put your hands up in there, sir. There we go. Oh, lots of badges. What are they? Rotary, round table, or what?
Yes, one of each.
One of each? Oh, right, show up. Now, just take it out. Let's have a look how mixed up it is so far. Very good. Put it back again, sir. Thank you very much. Now, can I just pass it on one more time to you? What's your name?
Denise.
Denise, yes. And the rest ain't bad either. Have you got it there? Yeah. Now, Denise, you're important. You're the last twiddler, all right? Right. Can I just get hold of it? Yeah. You don't want to drop our cube. Thank you very much indeed. Now, where is it? There it is. Now, we've got our cube. Now, what I want you to do is now just release your grip on there. You've seen how many there are in here. Combinations. There are, in fact, if you remember, 43 quintillion, thousand. And that's a lot, isn't it?
Yes.
So that's how many odds there are against this. Look at that. Completely different. But not always, because if I turn that to there, look, 2 greens, 3 yellows in a triangle, 2 whites on the top and an orange on the bottom. Turn it like that, you've got a blue, an orange, a green, and I want you to confirm this, a yellow, a red and a white, and a blue, an orange and a green. In other words, they're identical. Turn it to this side, you've got 2 yellows on the bottom, 2 blues and 2 whites, going with a blue, a red, a white and an orange on the top. One more turn for the last side, and you've got 2 greens on the outside, 2 reds that way and 2 blues that way, with a yellow, red, white combination going through. If we turn it over like that, look at that. The 2 oranges on there, 2 reds on there, a yellow and a white and 2 blues in the middle. And if we turn it right over to show the other side to the people at home, 2 reds there, green there, yellow, red, it's absolutely identical. And now watch the exciting gaucho skills of Los Maticos. welcome to a most unusual bunco booth in which this week we've got a whole queue of people waiting to play the game. Now, we'll give you a different game each. We're going to give you £5, you see, and £5 for you, and £5. It's good, this, isn't it?
It is.
Yes, before you've done anything, you get £5, and £5 for you, and £5 for you. And you're going to step into the bunco booth one at a time and play a game in the bunco booth, because this week you're going to sort of feature the kind of challenge or bet you would get in a pub, a bar, club, that kind of thing. And who's first in the bunco booth? Your name, sir?
John.
John. Now, John, it's very simple. You're a big lad. Now, John, what you've got to do is a test of strength and courage and wit and everything. Now, there is a little box, and I'm trying to balance it one end on the other, like that, all right? Now, can I just point out to the people at home, it's an empty box, all right? I mean, it really is. You can see right through it, I hope, okay? Mm-hmm. Right. And what I want to do is just put that on there. Now, all you have to do, sir, there you go, is hit it like that, and smash both pieces into the ground. If you do, you get to keep the £5.
Smash both pieces.
Yes, smash them into the ground. There you go. Oh, sorry, that one escaped. There we are. Next. Before you go, do have a lollipop on your way. There we are. £5 for me. Next.
Enid.
Hello. What's your
Hello,
name?
Enid.
Enid. There we are. Now, Enid, for £5, you've got a digital dexterity is required here, Enid. Where are you from?
Sorry.
Sorry. There. Now, 2 matches, Enid. Now, what the trick is this. I'll demonstrate it this way, first of all right? Now, there is a way of picking up a 10-penny piece in an unusual way. Steady hands are required. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right? 10 pence on the top of the glass. All right? Can you lift it off the top? And if you can, you win £5. I'd advise you to use the blunt end.
Now what?
Now what? You've lost. You lifted it off the bottom. I said, can you lift it off the top? Right, that's it. How about lollipop? There we are, my love. Lollipop for you. Now, what have we got so far left? Hello, what's your name?
Neil.
Neil, all right. What's your name? Oh, sorry, Neil is your name. Welcome to the show. Now, Neil, we've got 10 pence there, 10 pence there. Here's a nice, simple little bet for you, sir. Look at that. 3 glasses in a row. Now, what you've got to do is take those glasses, and it's a simple formula. If you can do this, and it takes a bit of remembering. Are you concentrating? Right. 1 and 2. 1 and 3. 1 and 2. Can you remember that? 1 and 2. 1 and 3. 1 and 2. And finish up with them all face up like that. You've won £5. Ready? Sapphire, go. 1 and 2. 1 and 3. 1 and 2. All face down. Never mind. Never mind at all. You've won a lollipop. Have a lollipop. Next. Ah, we have a lady. What's your name?
Jane.
Jane.
Mm-hmm.
Now, your challenge might be a little difficult. They all are. What you've got to do is pick up that medicine bottle using the straw.
Any clues?
Any clues?
Any
Yes.
clues, yeah.
You use the straw and the medicine bottle. There you go. Right.
2 hands?
No, earn hand.
Earn hand.
Yes, earn hand. As the French would say when they talk about eggs, earn earth is an earth. Very good. You give in?
I give in.
You give in. It's very simple. You bend it like that, push it in there, and when you pick it up, it bends up. Listen, you have a lollipop. It's a good game, this. Hello, sir. Hello.
Hello.
Are you a betting man?
Yes.
You are now, anyway. What's your name?
John.
John. Another John. Place is full of Johns. Now, John, this is an interesting bit. Never said that. Never said that. This is, you'll like this. Now, look, this is a paper match, all right? You've just seen me rip it out of these, and I'm going to mark it with a pencil. Now, to be honest, we do want somebody to win. You could be the lad. I'm going to mark it with 3 X's, all right? A well-known beer sign, all right? Like that. And I shall leave the other side blankety blank. Oh! I'm going to flip that in the air, all right? Now, all you've got to bet on is which side you think it'll come down. Do you think it'll come down blank, or do you think it'll come down crosses side up?
Blank side up.
You think it'll come down blank side up? I'll tell you what I'll do. If that comes down blank side up, you can keep that £5. If that comes down crosses side up, you can keep that £5. I told you we wanted somebody to win. And they've been that bad, we've got to get him to win. All right, you ready? Here we go, watch. Hoppa. There she goes, on its edge. What a shame, but do have a lollipop. Come on, darling. What's your name?
Sarah.
Sarah?
Yes.
Oh, Sarah Rabundier. Now, Sarah, this trick demands fortitude and courage on your part. Do you believe that? Some people won't. Now, this is a piece of paper. It's folded up, but it's a bit of paper. And I'm going to ask you to hold one end of it. I'm going to light the other end of it. Now, what you do...
Don't go up in flames, do
You don't go up in flames. Now, where are you from?
I? Lake District.
The Lake District? Oh, no, no. Well, if you do, we'll chuck you in a lake. Now, what you do is you hold that end of the paper like that. Well, can you stick it between your fingers like that?
Yeah.
Yes, there you go. Then everybody at home can see what you're up to, all right? Now, I'm going to light this end. You have to hold that for 5 seconds.
And
All right?
What do I do?
Pardon?
Then what do I
Oh,
do?
then you can do what you like then. But if you hold it for 5 seconds, you see, you get to keep the fiver. It's good, isn't it?
Fine.
Now, I shall light this end. There we are. And I shall start the count, rather, when it's well and truly lit. Here we go. Right, it's lit. 1, 2, there you are. You must lose your moves. You are the last. There we are. Now, of course, lovely lady. Now then, if you are a regular viewer of the Paul Daniels Magic Show, you will remember that in the past we've had a gentleman come on a couple of times who has spent a lifetime recreating illusions from the past. I'd like you to meet that man once more, Mr. Jeffrey Atkins. Well, the Victorian get-up and the scenery.
And a Victorian
And a Victorian trick. What is
Right.
it?
Well, this is known as spirit paintings. It's a thing that was produced about 1910 by a chap by the name of Dr. Wilmar. He was an American. He produced this at the Colosseum in London. And it was just at that time that all the spirit mediums were being questioned, and there were a lot of bogus mediums about, and the magicians were trying to disprove them.
And the idea was, you see, spiritualism had taken off, and there were a lot of very bad guys, fake mediums, and they used to make pictures come in frames on pieces of paper and things like that,
That's
didn't
right,
they?
yes.
Yeah.
Well, this is a variation on that to prove that it can be done by natural means.
Oh, good. Well, what do you put in there, then?
Well, first of all, we've got this frame, and there's a light at the back. The
Yeah.
reason for that you'll see in a few moments.
Yeah.
But we also have to have some canvases, and here they are. I want you to notice that they're all completely plain. I'm going to ask you in a minute to let the audience, or the panel rather, have a look at
The
them.
jury can look at these?
Yes, please. I want
Oh,
them
good.
all to be seen. I want you, if you will, to
Examine
notice
that.
that they are quite delicate.
Hold it up to the
but you
light.
can see right the way through them, and there is no preparation.
Can I just show
Can
them
I
with
shine
this
the torch
torch
through so
at
that you can
home
see for
that they
yourself?
really can see through? This is the torch, and you go like that, all right? And you can see all the way down there, and if I shine it on the front, you see, it's not treated in any way. It's just a frame. Now,
Now
what
that
do they
you've
do?
done that, Paul, you did give them pencils before we started. Do you think they
Yeah.
could just autograph it on the top edge?
Oh, right. You autograph along the narrow edge. Doesn't matter which way, so long as you sign it, all right? And be very careful with them because they are fragile. Let me know when you've done that. Yes, that's the idea. He has autographed that one, and what I want you to do is just collect them up for me, Ginny, and I will ask now you to explain this other piece of apparatus to us completely.
Well, as I say, we've got the light at the back, and we've got this box, just an empty box, and the frames go inside the box, the canvases go inside the box. We then have a picture selected, and we produce the picture.
So, because nowadays we have projection methods, can I just say this? There's no lenses there. You can see that is just a light bulb
It's just a straight line.
in a light box.
Yes.
Like you'd put transparencies
That's
on
right.
slides, things
But
like
when
that.
this was produced, of course, those sort of things were not thought of.
No,
anyway,
no,
as you
no.
know.
Well, we have got them back, so if you have those, Jeffrey, and put them down there, and I'll have these, all right? And I'll put them there for you.
Good.
And what do we do next?
Well, we take two of these.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know whether we've got an autograph on these, have we? Joanne Burke and John T. Joy, I think, isn't
Yeah.
it? So we'll put those inside.
Got my
Is
finger
the
in
idea
there.
there. So, sorry about that.
It's all right.
And the other one goes there. Now, the only thing that we have to do then is to place this little slide piece over the side, and that will keep the light inside when we switch it on.
There is one more thing we have to do.
We must have a picture.
That's right.
Well, I've taken care of that as well. I've got an album here. I went along to the National Gallery and purchased a lot of their pictures, postcards, and you see we've mounted them in this album. They're all numbered at the back so that they can be chosen.
Yeah.
What I want you to do is, if you will, to take it to the panel, ask somebody to choose one of the numbers, and that is the picture we're going to use.
Fine. Super.
There are 24 of them altogether.
24. Well, they are all different. You've seen that. We'll use someone from the back we haven't used. You, madam, could you give me a number from 1 to 24?
Number 3.
Number 3. Fine. Now, if we open it up, oh, that's handy, it's right on the top. These are all different, as you've heard, but I wonder if you could sneak your hand into there and just take out number 3 for me, and I will just confirm to people that these really are all different. If I can hold it up so the people at home can see. Perhaps if I rest my leg on there, that's the best way. And you can see that they are all different. Now, who have we got? Who's that? Pardon?
Nelson.
Nelson. Very clever you to recognise him without his eye patch on. Anyway, this is... so Rachel Nelson has been chosen, and we're now going to see if we can contact the other world and get him to come back and paint himself.
Well, that's the one we're going to try and find. Before I open the box, I'm just going to put the light on to show you there's nothing there.
Well, would you like these dimmed down,
If we
then?
could, yes, please.
To dim
But
these
Well,
down?
just before we do that, I'd like to point out to you that those frames were put in there before we had the picture chosen.
That's true.
So there's no chance that I could have had any idea of what would be chosen.
That's right.
So we put the light on, you can see the shadow of my hand,
Yes.
which I think proves to you quite conclusively that there can be nothing inside.
Yes. Can you see that, Julie? The ones that are round close enough. And I want you to gaze at the front of that. In other words, as they would say in advertising, watch this space.
That's right. I don't know whether you can see,
Something.
there are colours gradually appearing. Something is formed.
There's something happening, yes. Look at that. He's coming through. Look at that. That's
And
amazing.
there, as you see we have a picture.
It's faded, though.
You obviously think that this is a fraud, don't
It's
you?
Sebachrome.
Yes.
I know what it is.
And people always say to me, well, there must be some sort of fiddle about it. In case you
projection.
might think that, I'm going to bring the pictures out. There are the two, and I want you, if you will, to notice they still have the autographs on them.
Joanne Burke.
Joanne Burke, and what was his name?
I don't know, John something. I think.
John
John
Joy.
T. John T.
Something Joy, anyway.
Something like that, yes.
Well, we'll have a look at the two pictures. There, as you see, that one is blank, and the one with Joanne Burke on it
Yeah.
has the picture of Horatio Nelson.
The lady who chose the picture, there you are. You chose the number 3, you get to keep the picture. That is a spirit painting by Jeffrey Atkins. My next guest is an impressionist of a most unusual nature. There's nothing faked about it. The only thing he uses is electric amplification to amplify the noises that come from his mouth, his nose, between his hands. So would you just watch an amazing act, Mr. Mike Carter.
There's this particular person who works night shift. He's in the factory. He's standing by the clock out, waiting for the factory hooter. Here he goes. Well, he's out to the car park in quick time. He gets the car started, roars off at a very high speed. He's given instructions to his wife, what will we do without wives, to open the gate in the garage door. He drives very carefully around the block, through the gates, into the garage. Here he comes. Walks across a little bit of rough shingle drive to the front door of the house. Opens the front door of the house. Wrong key. He's inside, and within no time at all, he's down to join the family, watching TV. And what do we get on television today? War movies. Victory at sea. But first of all, there's always that scene, ladies and gentlemen, where the wives and the sweethearts are saying their last farewells over the sounds of perhaps their local railway station.
Train standing on platform 7, 1217 a train, quantities not on, afforded, even some another, underneath the phone on Portsmouth and in Plymouth.
Well, eventually, as the movie says, we get to Plymouth. Naval Dockyard. And there, in the harbour, HMS Kelly, waiting for the arrival of Lord Louis Mountbatten. He boards and takes a royal salute. Up anchor! 3 weeks out at sea, the Kellys suddenly saw their first action. A U-boat. In the engine control room, radar gave us the warning.
Enemy ship at 300 yards, sir. Enemy steps on. Enemy ship, running for next to action stations. I want that, sir. I want that now. Enemy ship destroyed, sir. Enemy set on up.
4 days later came their last encounter. Their last battle. A great air battle where the radar once again picked up enemy aircraft.
Enemy aircraft 25 plus, sir. Approaching. Into stations.
And so, as it was, the Kelly will be remembered and go down in the history of the British Empire with the rest of our valiant heroes.
Wasn't that amazing? And you've got to remember, there's absolutely nothing used but his mouth, his hands, and his head. It's an amazing act. Now, this that you're about to see is an illusion. We thought it's time we did a big illusion, and we've got a gentleman sitting on that end. Would you catch all of that? That's fine. And I picked on you two jury members because I happen to know you're members of tug-of-war teams. Same team? Yeah? Yeah, wrap it up then, wrap it up, pull it in tight, fellas. Pull that rope and give it a good pull to prove it is solid. There are no trapdoors in that rope, is that not true? That's true. Now I want you to just wrap it around your hands, sort of like that, okay? That's really good. Oh, they can't see you. Stand up a bit, stand up. That's fine. Now keep coming and follow me up here. Now, in fact, what's happening now is they're being brought back to a place they've just visited. Did you step over there, sir? Because before we started this trick, we invited them on stage to examine all these props. And what I want you to do now, what's your name?
John.
John, okay, John, take hold of that, the middle of that, drop the end, take hold of the middle, and I want you to tie it round the middle of Amanda. It's a good job, isn't it? Yeah? Great. And you leave go your end. That's fine. Now, could you please for me, your name?
Jerry.
Jerry. John and Jerry. Almost a cartoon. Would you just step back around there and have a look at this? This is a tea chest. It's got little holes drilled in it, and it's true, isn't it? I invited you up, you've examined everything. Fine. Can we just show it to the people at home, all the way around? Has a little hole at this end, and if we go all the way around there, that's all there is to that one. This one's made a little bit differently. It's got a flag on the top for a start, and it's got hole in the back, but none in the front, and it's got little stands on. It's a bit like a wheelbarrow, in fact. All right, it's a little bit like a wheelbarrow. And what I want you to do now is look at this. This is a Chinese coin. Now, a Chinese coin sometimes has a square hole in the middle of it. And from that, we use that as a model to make this, which is a very large Chinese coin. Now, I wonder if I can show you. It is solid. The lads have examined it all, even the little hole in the middle. And that little hole there is a big feature in this trick. Now, behind there, and I'm trying to explain everything to you in a bit of a hurry, these are martial arts spears. I don't know how they use them, but that's the idea of them, and they are solid. That's right, isn't it, Jerry?
Yes.
He's examined everything, that lad. And now, John, comes your moment of truth. You take a trip. Can you just pick up that tassel off the edge of off the stage there, and bring it round here, and I want you to go in there and push it out the little hole at the back. You'll have to move up, Amanda, all right? I know Amanda's not Chinese, but she was the nearest we could get. You just take that out of there, and you can see it coming right out there, and we're just going to drop it on the floor for now. All right? Fine. Now, would you come round here and pick up that coin, or get ready to, because we want it in a minute. Not yet, though. Now, Amanda, where's the sticky? There it is. We're going to stick this up, and I want you to watch very closely as we wrap it right away round there, all right? And round there, and we just make it. It's a sticky mess, isn't it? We stick it all down. That's so that the knot can't come loose or anything like that. It's fastened tight. Sorry. Would you now get into the box? And what we're going to do is ask you to just hold this other tassel up in the air a little bit, and because I'm going to wheel you around, and I want the jury at least to be able to see what's going on. All right, we move that round to there. Now, fellas, you pick up the heavy bit. You pick I've got it worked out. You pick up that coin, and could you come round here and slot it in behind those two upright legs? That's right. Drop it in there. It's a bit heavy, isn't it, fellas? Round a bit like that. Is it going in? Yes. That's very good. That's about squared off. It's near enough. Now, would you go round the back of there, and where's Jerry gone? Jerry, would you take that rope there, and you feed it through there, the same as your friend John did, and go all the way through till it comes out of here. Right, now, once you got it out there, would you come round the back here and just get hold of that against the box so that it can't sort of go in the box again, or it can't come out of the box. We gather this up and we put it in there. Would you get me one of the spears, John? You get me a spear out, that's it. Now, you get me a spear out because, and in fact, I'll have all four of them. As they go in, you will see them coming out of the bottom. I hope you can. And don't believe anything, do you? And we just take it. Are you holding that tight against? No, you must hold it tight against there. I don't want it to go in or out of that box at all. That's fine. Great. Because I want to put these through there, and you can see them going down there, and this is the last one. Now, the coin shuts off one tea chest, and these shut off this one. Fine. Now, come right round here and hold this tassel. You get hold of that tassel. It's silly, but it works. And you stay there just a second while I tell you what's going to happen. Over here, we have got the rope, all right? Complete with the tassel on the end. Amanda, stick your hand up, all right? The rope then goes round Amanda, who waves that backwards and forwards. The rope goes through the little hole, through the rods, and out this end. I'm going to count to 3. When I count to 3, I want you to give a big pull, because you've got to pull Amanda through the little hole. Yeah, I know you don't believe it, neither do I, but we're going to have a go. Are you ready? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. That's it, and she comes right through the little hole. And that's Chinese magic. Not a lot, not a lot. Aye, it was, but not a lot.
And did you see a whole lot of magic? And did you look at this trick of magic? And when he said it's not a lot, would you agree it was a lot?